Okay, now we're going to talk about a blues progression and how you could do a rhythm on piano to fill in. I'm not talking about licks or soloing techniques in this video. It's simply just the rhythm that you would do within a blues progression. And it's going to be something simple so you can figure out how to first bring your hands in together as a rhythm and then slowly break them apart so they're doing independent rhythms of each other. For this example, we're going to use a 1 and a 5 to a 1 and a 6 bass line like this. So it's a 5th, 6th, 5th, 6th. Simply on quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to go through a 12-bar progression this way. That's all I'm doing with my left hand. Now with my right hand, I'm going to take the same chord wherever I am in my progression. In this case, I'm in the key of C, so my first chord is C. And I'm going to play a progression that's going to use the C chord and then the 4 of C, which is F. But it's going to be a root 4 pattern that I'm going to do as I move throughout my 12-bar progression. So I'm going to do a 1, 4, 1, 4. And this is an inverted 4. It's my F chord. So I'm taking the root chord of my song, C, and I'm going to the 4th of that. Now when I get to my 4 within my progression, F, I need to now play the 4 of the 4, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, because I'm on the key of F at this point. So there's my 4 of 4. Back to my 1. And now I'll go up to my 5 chord, which is G, and I'll play the 4 of my 5 chord, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, C, inverted, back to G, F, the 4 of F is B flat, back to F, and then back to C. Now, as a straight time, I'm going to turn on a metronome and play those just together as quarter notes. That was just straight quarter notes. Now, the way that you can break your hands apart to make that more rhythmically interesting, the easiest thing to start with is to take your right hand and you're going to rock your hand from the top 2 notes of your chord to the bottom note. So top 2 notes, bottom note. So like this. And those are going to be played like so. I'll do this slow at first. So that thumb is always coming down on the and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And I'm playing this with a little bit of a shuffle, so it's got a shuffle swing feel. 1 and 2 and 3. And I'll do that with each chord as I move throughout my progression. So that puts that upbeat in there, so it always gives that that driving feel to it. Do it again, up to speed with the metronome. The next step, after you have that down, where you're comfortable with rocking your hand just between those 2 chords, would be adding a minor third in there. That minor third gives it just a little bit of grit. That's where that blues feel really comes from. So I'm pulling off from my minor third to my major third in this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So straight would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Pulling off would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do that exact same pattern on my 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So it really has this play of these 3 notes. It's taking whatever 3 notes are in the middle of your major chord, and it really gives that feel to it. Again, I can do the exact same thing, same bass line. I'm not going to change my bass line. I'm going to turn on a metronome, play for you that third example. So there's the basic foundation for just putting some rhythm into a blues progression. Now, of course, that's just the very basic place to start. You can also get into all of your other intervals and where some common pull-off points are. And by pull-off, I mean like from my minor third to my major third. Now, in the key of C, that's very easy to do. But let's say you're in the key of E. So here's your minor third, and there's your major third. So it's a little harder to do because you don't have that pull-off. You actually have to use 2 fingers to get from your minor third to your major third. So there are some other ways that you can approach different keys. It could be that you're using your pull-off from your major third into your 4. So I'm using these. So it still gives a little bit of grit, a little bit of dirt. You're looking for that just slight funk when you play something like that. And of course, as you play through your progression, there are going to be other places as you start really exploring the key, like pulling off from my 5th. So I'm coming off my flat 5 into my 5 with a 7. So I'll just play through this very quickly to give you an idea of where you could pull off from different points as you start to get comfortable with each key. Now that was the key of C. Here's the key of E. So have fun with it. The more comfortable you are with each scale, the easier it's going to be for you to find where those pull-offs are. Again, start as basic as you can. Start with just quarter notes and opening your hand, because this movement is the key to everything else. Have fun.